It's a dream. Probably won't happen. 50-50. Who knows? Well, good people. Guess where we're at? Yeah, obviously you can see. You don't need to guess. We're in my garage. We're not in the shop. And the shop is no longer a thing. Yeah. I'll just address it right away so there's no questions. Basically, I moved out for a bunch of reasons. But as you probably noticed, I haven't been making many YouTube videos. In fact, I haven't even been really working on my stuff at all. And that needed to change. So doing a whole bunch of life changes. And one of them means moving back to the garage. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's going to be a great thing. I think. So, what does that mean for today? I don't know. But we're going to get some work done, finally, on some of my own stuff. I'm sorry, it's still like such a mess in here. I literally like 2 weeks ago moved everything from the shop home. I do have storage, which has been on the channel, actually. And I bought a bunch of stuff. Ended up going out to storage. Yeah, man, I'm stumbling over my words. It has clearly been too long since I've been doing like regular videos. But yeah, been on the bike a ton recently. Maybe I'll give you guys a quick update on my stuff that's going on. Yeah, I've been having a blast on this thing. So much so that I think I want to build a motorcycle this winter. Buy like an old Goldwing or I don't know, something. I'm actually leaning towards a Goldwing right now. Maybe something else. Maybe like an older Kawasaki crotch rocket. I don't know, a ZX9R or I don't know. And then building something super cool and super unique out of it. We'll see. It's a dream. Probably won't happen. 50-50. Who knows? But yeah, I actually just did all the maintenance on this thing. I had to redo the valves or reshim the valves. Yeah, I don't know. Flush the whole coolant system out. New plugs. A whole bunch of new seals. You know the deal. Just got her buzzing. And so that's awesome. And that's all that's in here right now. Because what I know you guys actually really want to see is outside. The Datsun. And I've actually been using a lot to do some work around the yard here. So yeah, she even got some garbage still in the back I need to take out to a dumpster near here. I did a video on this and I don't think I ever posted it. And I'm sorry for that. But this is the gas tank. It turned out really freaking sweet. I got the return and the feed in the bottom, so it looks all clean and like unhindered, just sitting in the back. But she bolted down, so let's see if we can get this thing going. Because every day I try to start this thing, it's like 50-50 if it'll actually run. I have no idea who parked this thing so close to the fence, but that probably was me. Alright, so there's like a bunch of weird stuff starting this thing. It doesn't like to start on the starter. It only starts ignition, so you got to get the starter just really wound up and going, and then let her off. A little bit of throttle, and then she starts sometimes. 50-50. Alright, we got some battery power. We're neutral. That sounded like she had low compression somewhere. Hey! Woo! Hey, don't die. She sounds bad. Why does she sound so bad? Come on, girl. Let's lift the hood, see what's going on here. All right, getting you in here. We got a problem. Can you see that? I think you can. She's just dripping away in that one. Kind of see it. And I think it's dripping away in this one too. I don't see any drips, but it's just full of fuel. So there should be a check valve in here to fill the bowls and then have the fuel stop coming in once the bowls are full. And it's clearly not working because she's just leaking away. Shout out to Chinese quality carburetors, I guess. But yeah, battery's dead. So I'm gonna hook a charger up to here. Hopefully she doesn't get too flooded. I don't know. It's a problem. Well, she runs. I don't know if you can hear any of this, but I put a new battery in there, took the plugs out. They were soaked from fuel, so yeah, I just dried them off and put a hammer onto that old carburetor, and it seemed to fix the whole issue. So yeah. Oh, and when I took the plugs out, I turned her over, sprayed all the fuel out. This doesn't look that bad because it shot it straight, but like, okay, it doesn't look that bad. But believe me, a lot came out. Anyways, I'm gonna let her warm up for a little bit, and then we're gonna get her in here so we can do a compression test. I don't know how good that motor is. Sometimes she likes to smoke. She idles and runs all over the place, doesn't like to rev, but I think that's cheap China carb issues. I've like tweaked her and just done a lot of work, and every time I get her better somewhere, she like falls on her face somewhere else. She also just super temperamental, and like it's like a carb that's like 2 months old, and yet she's freaking just draining fuel down in there, not sealing. The whole top gasket's already like completely leaking. So what are you gonna do? Anyways, so yeah, we'll get it in here, do a compression test, and if she's good, then I'll put money into her, figure out a carb, maybe find a 5-speed. I don't know. Maybe we'll do some like ITBs from like a motorcycle. Do like 4 trumpets, just making her go fast. I don't know. I don't know. We'll let her warm up. Little smoky in here. Well, good people. She's actually running pretty good, it seems. Besides a ton of smoke. But yeah, hopefully that smoke does not mean bad rings or anything. Ah! That sucks. So we'll find that out right away here. We'll pull all the plugs out, put a compression test on her, turn her over, and we'll see what we get here. All right, round 2. Let's do this. We're now like 3 or 4 hours later, and finally got compression tester. Turned out Buddy had borrowed it a while back, and I had forgotten. So I had to go pick it up from his house, and then my neighbor took me out for lunch. And now that it's 3 in the afternoon, I'm finally getting around to what I want to do at 10 a.m. Anyways, we got the plugs out, and these are plug wires, obviously, if you didn't know. I'm sure you did. Plugs are out. We got compression tester in hole number 1. No, this is probably not how they say to do it in the owner's manual, but this is how I'm blocking off fuel right now. It'll work. We're going to turn her over right now, and we're going to see what this gets to. This tester always seems to read a little low, so I think like 150 to 175 is considered good. If it's a little under 150, I ain't gonna complain much, but hopefully it's pretty high, and hopefully we got good compression through all cylinders. So, don't have the keys anymore. All right, I gotta find the keys in my house. Okay, this freaking door, don't hit my motorcycle. Okay, that's good. Alrighty, got the key. Let's try this thing. Well, that should be enough. Let's see what she says. Whew, I'm hoping for good numbers. Or, I mean, if it's got bad numbers, that's okay too. That number just means motor swap. 150 on the dot. I think that's good. All right, now just do the other three, and I will report back. Well, here we go. We had 150, 150, 145-ish. It was a little under. And now we got 135. 25, 30, 35. Yeah, 135-ish. 135, just above 135, 136. Not great on this last cylinder. I mean, dang, I wish it said like 100. Because to me, that'd be like, she's hurting a bit. But that's not horrible. But it's also not great. That makes things a little difficult. Also, this engine is probably sat for a long, long time. Well, it definitely is sat for a long time. I've done like minor, just like running around my house area, just up and down the alleys and stuff. Cleaning up my property, but not a lot of driving. So, still could probably, get some extra heat cycles in it going up and down the road. I don't know, I'm feeling like that's good enough to say keep it. But that's a tough one. Well, we'll see. I gotta get a new carburetor because this junk is junk, and it's just, I guess I'll figure out what I can do for a carburetor, because I still don't want to spend that much money. If I can get some sort of decent carb setup for a decent price, we'll keep running her. But also, if I can't, I don't know, you can get a Weber for like, I think they're like 400 US, which is like 750 Canadian. It's stupid. And then shipping, since I don't live in the US, I gotta pay customs and everything. It's gonna be $1,000 real quick. And then on top of that, I can locally get like a K24 engine and trans swap, and then I got a 5-speed trans, way newer engine, way better situation, for like $1,000. Way more money to put it in. Like, I got that. Don't get me wrong. I know the work to do an engine swap, but that's kind of desirable too, if this thing's kind of only okay-ish. The struggle. Well, let me know what you guys think. My first thought was, if this engine was good, I'd put some carburetors from like basically any like 900 plus cc bike that makes over 100 horsepower. I figure if it makes like 120, like between 100 130 horse, it'd be like size really good for this engine. I do a lot of aluminum welding. I could easily weld up a quick little bracket tray to make it fit this thing, and then minor tuning, hopefully minor tuning. Have a really cool ITB setup. But if it wasn't good, I was gonna do either KA or VG swap. So what do you think I should do? Should I try to find some carbs, or maybe try to find a Weber that just goes on here and works? Or should I swap it? I don't know. You guys let me know. And then my wife will tell me to do something totally different. And I'll have to listen to her. So, we'll see.